Hey, this morning we are working with what we're afraid of with leadership coach Kendra Reddy. She has tips on how to get past that four-letter word, fear. And actually fear, like, we do need it.
We do need it. Yeah, it is a part of the range of human emotions. So we don't have any control over whether fear shows up or when it shows up. We just have control over how we work with it when it does show up.
And it's a very primitive survival mode.
Yes.
It tells you, like you were saying before, oh, that's a saber-toothed tiger, or that water is really deep, or, you know, modern day life. That's why you kind of look both ways before you're going to step out into the middle of the street.
Yeah. Fear is a very specific job. It's designed to keep us safe, and in order to do that, it needs to get your attention very, very quickly, and so it does that in a really uncomfortable way. You know, you seize up, you hold your breath, your heart rate speeds up, but it's not necessarily meant to be where you respond from. It's just meant to get your attention.
Okay, so after it's got our attention,
yes,
what should we be doing?
Yeah, so what should we be doing is, if we can, pause. In a real, true life or death saber-toothed tiger situation, fear is gonna just have you in motion before you even have time to think. But fear, because it is so primitive, it doesn't understand the difference between a 10-level threat and a 2-level threat. So the best thing to do is to just pause and acknowledge, oh, fear's here right now. How do I want to respond? Is it a 10? Is it a 2? Is it a 5? And give yourself more options. That already starts to give the fear a little bit more room to breathe, and you literally start to widen your options, your vision.
Okay, so common fear, public speaking, going in front of strangers, meeting new friends kind of thing. So how do you kind of widen your options with that?
Yeah, great question. The first thing I would say is just, again, acknowledge there's a little bit of discomfort here, and to then also think about, well, if I'm not going to be afraid, what's the impact I want to have instead? What might I have to contribute? A great way to overcome fear or to work with fear is to start hanging out with a part of yourself that doesn't live there.
Okay.
Yeah. So where in me, even if it's just one tiny little cell, where is courage right now? How can I breathe into that? How do I bring that more online? But we typically think, oh, I have to meet someone new, or I have to give up public speech. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And we heighten the fear and we keep it close to the surface. Yeah. And then that's where we're trying to push through the fear and conquer your fears and force through it. That creates dissonance inside of us, and so we abandon ourselves. But if we can just say to ourselves, okay, this is a scary situation, and I'm about to go do a public speech or meet someone new, I should be a little activated or alive. And so how do I want to make that work for me? How do I want to organize myself around this instead of trying to pretend that I'm not scared or that this isn't, because that just, again, it creates this inauthenticity and this dissonance.
Yeah, and maybe even like telling your coworkers, telling your friends, and you'll find out, oh, they're afraid of the same things.
Tell on yourself is a great, just cop to it. I'm a little bit nervous right now, and I'm still here, and I'm still showing up, especially in front of an audience. Audiences love that. They're cheering you on. Okay. For sure.
What about, you have your own anecdote here about rollerblading.
Yes,
or
roller skating.
Roller derby.
Yeah, I'm a roller skater, and I'm in it for the roller disco and the dancing part of it. And there's a set of skills that go with that. And to get really good at those skills, the best way to do it is to take roller derby, which is a lot more aggressive. It's a game. There's bumping, there's hitting, I was afraid of it, so I thought, oh, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to take a boot camp, and I'll learn the skills progressively. It'll be gentle. It'll be perfect for me, and then I can just go do the thing that I want to do, which is roller dance. So I did the boot camp. It was fantastic, and I showed up on the very last day, and I realized as I walked into the rink, oh, we're going to play a scrimmage. We're going to play a game.
I might get hurt.
Yeah, and I was like, I haven't even really been paying attention to the rules because I'm just here for the skills. And originally, I was like, go leave. Has anyone seen you? Can you just leave? And just, but of course, everyone's like, hey, you're so, and I was busted, and I'm like, I can't get out of this. I don't want to let my team down. They're handing out wristbands. And so I had to just kind of roll around a little and talk myself off the ledge. Kendra, you know these skills. You've been here for 8 weeks. It's just a practice game. No one's judging you. There's no real hard hitting. Just try. Just try it. And then if you don't like it, you can leave. And it turns out I tried it. It was great. And I actually kind of love derby now.
Yeah,
I think I have to play more.
It's so funny, right? Like the things that maybe you're most afraid of. I was terrified of water. Finally, in my 40s, took swimming lessons. Now I love it. But man, it was a very slow progression.
Yeah. If we just sit with the fear without really acknowledging it, but we're listening to it, that water's really deep. You can't do this. It exacerbates everything and it holds us back.
Yeah.
But we listen to it so unconsciously so often. So it's a bit of a mindset shift and an energy shift.
Okay. Great tips there. We'll get your links up on our website,
Thank you.
chch.com/morninglive.